like, for example, Wladimir Klitschko did not want to see your fight happen? He didn't want it sanctioned.
Yeah, I know. I support him all his career because I loved his fights, watched his fights, and when he said that, I just no, it's just his opinion. But boxing, he should know that politics and sport it's different. It's different. We came to another country. We fight each other and we support each other. It doesn't matter from which country the boxer. We just like his style or his skills and wanna fight and wanna see his fights in the ring. But now Klitschko is not a sportsman. He's a politic. He forget about that he was sports.
Right.
He was athlete. But no problem for me. Fight's gonna happen, and politica and sport it's different.
Those are the words of Dmitry Bivol, and this is his response to Wladimir Klitschko as he was asked by Michelle Joy Phelps. Shout out to her. And he mentions that Wladimir Klitschko, you know, he was a boxer once upon a time. He knew what it was like. He knew what sportsmanship meant. He knew what it was like to compete. He understood these things. He also understood that, hey, you know, we supported him. I looked up to him. He was once boxing. Okay. And this is a tricky subject, so I won't dive too far into it to obey the guidelines of YouTube. But I think Wladimir Klitschko, everyone has a right to their opinion. But I think Wladimir Klitschko is in a situation, in a unique situation where a lot of people don't know anything about. And I think his decision to boycott people from Russia because they're Russian, it's a strategy to help resolve what's going on. But let's be honest. Do you think if they didn't allow Dmitry Bivol to fight, would that have stopped Vladimir Putin, a politician, from doing what he's doing in the country, in the Ukraine right now? You think that would stop? You think that would make a difference? You know, what does it mean? It means that, hey, I'm stopping someone from that place from doing something that they know how to do, what they trained to do, what they put time, effort, and spent money to do. Have a passion for, willing to die for, in the ring, being a sportsman. And Dmitry Bivol is Russian, okay? He's Russian, but he lives in Canada. And I think because he lives in Canada and he's lived in America, he's been practicing his English, I don't think that they should go out of their way and try to stop him from fighting because of where he's from. Okay, see, one thing bad doesn't mean you should do another thing bad. Now, I understand the boycott. Believe me, I know the effectiveness of boycotting things like they're doing with the Russian vodka and other transports and imports and, you know, those things. They're not accepting them because they're Russian. I get that. But that's exclusively from Russia with trading businesses that is involved with politics. Not saying boxing doesn't have a series of politics. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Dmitry Bivol has taken no stance on the war except that it's bad. Quote, I have friends in the Ukraine and Russia, and I hate what's going on now. That is what Dmitry Bivol said about the war. Not, I think our countrymen should take over this country. I think this should happen for this reason. I think this, that, Ukraine owes. No. He didn't become involved. He didn't get involved. Why? Because he's not a politician. Okay? He's a sportsman. That's what it means. See, and what he was saying about Wladimir Klitschko is true. He was like, hey, Wladimir Klitschko used to be a fighter. Now he's a politician. That's his opinion. But now he's taking a political stance on something that has nothing to do with what Putin's doing over there and what Russia is deciding to do. That has no bearing on anything at all. So at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, I think Dmitry Bivol was, was offended by that. I mean, it sucks to be from a country that this type of stuff is going on, because that country that you're from is taking over another country. But you ask, well, what does that mean to me? This is what I say to that in my counterpunch. I think that war affects everyone in certain type of ways, wherever you're from, you're not going to be looked at. Like in 1964, Cuba wasn't the best place to be going for vacation. Okay? And I could make up a lot of and explain that and have many examples of that, but that's the way it is. But just because someone is doing you wrong doesn't mean you have the right to turn around and do someone else wrong that has nothing to do with that situation. Innocence has to be observed. And I think this is an innocent situation here. And I think two wrongs don't make a right. And I'm going to leave it at that. You guys tell me what you think of Dmitry Bivol responding to Wladimir Klitschko, that his fight against Canelo Alvarez shouldn't be sanctioned because he's Russian. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.